Alfred Darlington, aka Daedalus. He's one of the contemporary musicians I most admire through the way he uses melody, harmony, and just a feeling that he generates with his sound that I think very few people in electronic music are able to do that, really.
That's a good question. I mean, to describe his music is to describe him as a person. So he is kind of the modern music person, the modern Renaissance man when it comes to sound. It seems like he can do anything he sets his mind to.
And work on a track together, I mean, you know, even if it was just 2 days, but I think we did a pretty good job.
We decided to come to the studio together without too many plans. Plans tend to be a stopping point for creativity. Creativity is something that exists when you're in front of your instrument, when you have something to say, when you feel the creative spirit visit you.
Let's wake up on Monday morning, walk in here, and basically just see what happens, you know.
Okay.
We set up the drums, and you know, I sat behind the drum kit, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, all right, I don't even know where we're going with this. You know, what tempo do I play in? And you know, Alfred the whole time was like, hey, you know, just don't worry, just play whatever you want, and we'll just experiment, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think it sounds cool. But I think, yeah, the snare is a bit too present, as you were saying. Like, it's a bit of, I mean, the sound is cool, but the positioning versus the, I guess I gotta be more crazy with the cymbals as well to kind of get it.
Well, that's the thing too. You're just angular in general, and you can just drag and let things just. You can do cross hits and drags in the snare. Every little element that is usually kind of with lost is going to be more present. Okay. So you could just go crazy.
We did a little false starts. We had some moments where we would try something and it wouldn't quite work, and we'd try something else. And
so Alfred came in and he sat on the Hammond, and he came up with this beautiful progression.
This kind of minor longing sound, this kind of what people would call a sad kind of sound.
Yeah, let's do that with the fill. You could even be more Philly, I think. And then let's just try to stay to tempo. That sounds really good though, don't you think? Yay! Yay!
And then it just started to kind of happen. There was a drum shape that started to happen out of that, this up-tempo kind of driven idea, but without it being too overtly electronic. That's something both myself and Simon share, is an interest in the acoustic as where it meets the electronic.
So we put that down, and I went back into the drum. We were, you know, he was in this room, I was in the other room with the drums, and you know, on the headphones, and Alfred's, you know, okay, let's play it, let's jam. And all right, should we click it? And you know, just a beat came out, and we were like, that's it, that's where we're going. But like more like an electronic bass drum or something, you know, just kind of smash it, and then also like all the free drums could be like made by a.
Yeah, but it's there. It feels like the chain.
Alfred is a person who has an ability to kind of, you know, imagine a progression of a track in his mind, you know.
It's the song in two parts. There's an A, B, A kind of format, where we kind of have this thematic idea that comes subtly in, but you get the intention and feeling, and then there's a massive B section which changes the whole idea and leaves it so that when the A section comes back with its a little bit more intensity, it's a little bit more driven nature, it feels a lot more gravity.
We had a beat, we had drums, we had the organ, but we needed something that could kind of lead it through, you know, like some melodic line. At one point I was like, hey Alfred, I don't know if, you know, me singing would be the right thing, you know, or you singing. I think it has to be something else. So we're like, Mellotron. And we just started adding layers.
There is some synthesizer. There is additional synth bass that's doing a solo. Actual electric bass subs. Shakers, hand claps, foot stomps.
And then filtering that through, passing it through the Space Echo, which is, when I saw that piece of equipment, the Space Echo, I was like, okay, this is going to be good. It's human, it's not mechanical. Every element that we have in the song, I mean, is played with our fingers.
Electronics have all these advantages. You don't have to deal with many other opposing views. You just compose on your own. The power of the computer gives you all these options. But the truth of the matter is it's very lonely, and it's very easy to doubt oneself. It's very easy to make a composition and just have it resonate in yourself, but not necessarily know that it could possibly ever sing to someone else. So to be able to share the experience with another very similar-minded person in Simon's case, someone who understands composition, understands instruments, but also understands electronics, and for us to work together on a composition he reminds me of my days playing in orchestras and bands where you have a shared experience and you have a goal and an aim, and that they only get there by working together.
I think the track we made sort of expresses the emotion that we've been feeling these last few days.